humanity is a plague on Earth, that humanity is actually the problem.
That's a big one.
Digital superintelligence is a real concern. It's a powerful technology. It's a double-edged sword, and we need to put a lot of effort into ensuring that we have a good AI outcome and not a bad one. AI will certainly be very disruptive. I think digital superintelligence is a real concern. Now, I think that digital superintelligence, or artificial general intelligence as it's called sometimes or mostly, is more likely to be good than bad. But it's just that the probability of a bad outcome is not zero. And I think probably the more we worry about a bad outcome, the less likely it is to occur. So I think we should be, just say like, let's try to steer the AI in a good direction. I mean, obviously the extreme case would be it wipes out humanity. That would be. It's not a 0% chance. Hopefully, it's a low chance, but it's not zero. Or it doesn't wipe us all out. But it's kind of like it's not like we're like going and hunting them down or anything. But they're contained in small areas of us, and so we don't prioritize them. And I'm not sure that like they're certainly not like expanding. That could be also not a great outcome, where it's like it doesn't kill all the humans, just keeps enough around. Computer would like just study us out of curiosity potentially. But that would still not be a great outcome for humanity. I think we want to, like I said, expand the scope and scale of consciousness, both biological and digital, and ultimately go out. We become a multi-planet species, become an interstellar species, visit these other star systems, and maybe we do meet aliens, or maybe we visit these various star systems and we see, wow, here's an alien civilization that lasted 10 million years and did incredible things, and then ultimately died out, potentially. I mean, I think we could find that there's a whole bunch of dead one-planet civilizations, never got beyond the home planet. Due to expansion of the sun, Earth arguably may become uninhabitable as soon as 500 million years from now, which is a long time, but Earth's been around for 4.5 billion, so that would only be a 10% increase in the lifespan of Earth. Yeah, and I think also if people lose hope in the future, or if they have, if they're pessimistic about the future, then they're also unlikely to have kids, in which case you get the civilizational decline. We just have, for most of Earth, demographic collapse. Like the birth rates are just crazy low. We're certainly, I think, not expanding, and we're really going to contract pretty significantly. The average person right now has access to more information than the most powerful person on Earth did in, say, 1980. Our quality of life basically is so dramatically better than the past. You have to say, well, why aren't we happy? It's because, or sometimes why a lot of people aren't happy is that we just keep recalibrating. We keep setting our expectations higher. We keep moving the goalpost. So if you keep moving the goalpost, keep recalibrating, then you just naturally will always be wanting things to be better than in the past. It's kind of like, as the saying goes, like happiness is reality minus expectations. But if our expectations keep rising, then reality has to keep rising too. Overall, I think people should be more optimistic about the future, and I think should recognize that our life today is vastly better than it was in times past. That actually violence on average is much lower than it used to be.
Oh, yeah.
Well, really, the probability of death at this point, unless someone's engaging in very dangerous activity, is low. So our lifespans, we're really reaching pretty much the end of our natural lifespans. So now if somebody drinks a lot of alcohol, these things can have a serious impact on lifespan. But if you don't do anything like that, you're probably going to live till 75, 80 years old. We're kind of like pre-programmed to live around that human lifespans around 80. I think that actually the most likely outcome for artificial intelligence is good, that it will improve our lives, most likely. But there's some chance that it will not, and I think we just need to be cognizant of that and understand that it's a powerful technology, it's a double-edged sword, and we need to put a lot of effort into ensuring that we have a good AI outcome and not a bad one. I think it will massively enhance human ability. It's like just a massive amplifier of human ability, just like the computer was. Really, it's just a question of like, there's some risk that it doesn't merely amplify human activity, but it starts basically just being in charge. And there's some risk it may view humanity negatively and decide that we're a blight on the earth. Like I think like a very dangerous thing would be if the sort of human extinctionist philosophy somehow got into AI, that would be bad. Like that guy that was on the front page of the New York Times saying, the 8 billion people on Earth.
We don't want him coding it.
We don't want him coding it. AI will certainly be very disruptive because jobs will be different. So no, I think the change caused by AI is going to be pretty radical. So there, a lot of jobs that currently exist won't exist in the future. But I think there will be new jobs. And I do think, like in a benign AI scenario, we will really have an age of abundance. I think really goods and services, unless they're artificially made scarce, like it's specialized artwork or you want that particular house in that neighborhood, like it has to be an artificial scarcity. But anything that is not made artificially scarce will be plentiful as in a benign AI scenario. You'll be able to have any products and services you want. Mm-hmm. There's some things which sound like a blessing, but may in fact be a curse. Yeah. Like I think you will live forever. It sounds like a blessing, and it's actually a curse. You would not want to live forever. You don't know how long forever is. And if you say another potential curse is you can have anything you want effortlessly. Are you sure you want that? Yeah. Does anything matter at that point? Yeah. So it's like, how do we find meaning and relevance? Yeah. If you have an age of abundance where the computer, you just ask for anything and get it, it is something we'll have to struggle with. That'll be, I don't know. I think that's kind of most likely where we're headed, is an age of abundance. But it will definitely cause some existential angst. How do we even understand the AI? Okay. Like if you've got some sort of, incredible intelligence, unless we do sort of effectively have better symbiosis, increase the bandwidth to the AI extension of ourselves, effectively augment our human intelligence substantially, we may not even be able to appreciate the wonders that will exist in the future. Like, how do you even go along for the ride and appreciate the, potentially amazing things in the future? And so you can kind of tell that it's working if you see people that you don't like saying you don't like. That's a good sign, actually. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's the future that's exciting. And there need to be things that are exciting and inspiring where you wake up in the morning and it's not just about solving one problem or another or some sort of internecine struggle between the humans, but that there are inspiring goals collectively as humanity where we're really excited about. Well, I do think it's important to not get, quote Scarface, don't get high on your own supply. Of course, in the end, he did. But you don't want to start thinking too highly of yourself because it actually reduces your feedback loop. If you think you're too smart, you stop listening to criticism. So I think, Twitter's actually helpful for that. Because certainly people will not shy about voicing their opinions. Like there's just some things I'm trying to get accomplished in the case of Twitter freedom of speech. So I think these things mean a lot to me. So I guess I'm motivated to get these things done. In order to get these things done, I have to stay sane because like physics is a law and everything else is a recommendation. And if you go crazy and you don't agree with physics, the rockets blow up, the cars don't work. So, harsh judge. It's you get the engineering and the math right or you don't, and it doesn't work if you don't. So you have to stay grounded in order for the technologies to actually work.